You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
I'm just kidding. Welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. Today we are hanging out, catching up, and discussing all things Roman empires. But before we get into it, I'm Amber.
And I'm Colby.
How you doing, my girl?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I love to hear that.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Beautiful.
I can't complain. Feels like we never left.
It does. We're in a giggly mood.
We are in a giggly mood. It's probably because it's 6 p.m. and we are drinking
Coffee.
So
we're awake.
But someone has to do it.
It's going to be us.
It's going to be us.
Someone has to talk about Roman empires.
Because clearly it wasn't said already.
It wasn't said. So, first of all, does Josh, your husband, did you ever ask him the Roman Empire question?
I did ask him the Roman
What did
Empire
he
question.
say?
He said no. Never.
Interesting. I thought Matt was going to say no, never. But actually, Matt was like, to be honest, I do think about the Roman Empire.
How often?
He said like once a week.
Stop it
And
right now.
I know. And I was
Once
like,
a week? I wish I would have asked my dad. I might still ask him.
ask him because it didn't surprise, it didn't surprise me
Actually-
too much about Matt. Send him a little text.
I'm going to text him right now.
Send him a little text. It didn't surprise me too much about Matt because he's always wanting to watch The Gladiator. And please, I'm not a history person. So, like, is the Gladiator part of the Roman Empire? I don't know.
I think so.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
they're
it's
gladiators.
giving
They're
Roman.
Roman gladiators.
Right, it's giving Roman war. I don't know, but
it's giving Rome.
the other night he was like, I feel like we should just watch The Gladiator. And I was like, I'd rather not, but
You have fun.
have fun with that, and I'm going to read. So I asked him, seriously, how much do you think about the Roman Empire? Like, he had already seen the trend, so I thought he might say, but he was like, no, I'm being honest, like, it is something I think about. I think just men just, like, love war, like, to their core.
And, like,
just,
history
war.
in general.
Yeah.
They just, like war. I don't know. I feel like I would think more about, like, mythology
Hmm.
before I think about.
Yeah, Roman Empire. Never
But
crosses
you
my
know
mind.
what gets me?
What?
That Cleopatra
Hmm.
and Caesar
Yeah.
were together.
I don't know much about that.
Oh, I fell down a rabbit hole. I don't know
Mhm.
how this came to be. Why did this happen?
Cleopatra and Caesar.
Because I'm like, how is Rome
Yeah,
with
connected
the
to all these.
Egyptians?
Yeah.
So I read online that she like wrapped herself up in carpet and was delivered to his
Queen.
Roman home.
She was like, I'm coming.
I'm gonna be
One way or another, I'm going to get there.
one way or another. My kingdom, Egyptian kingdom, will be backed by Rome. And
That
she accomplished that.
she's so real for that.
I know.
I love that.
I think
The-
my dad's gonna leave me on red.
He might. Did you text him and ask him how often does he think about the Roman Empire?
Yeah. So we might just have to
Yeah.
jump back in when he
We'll just
responds.
maybe circle back.
We'll just have to circle back for sure.
So we thought we would do a Roman Empire episode because the trend that was going around about, how mmany times do you ask your boyfriend how often does he think about the Roman Empire? And then the girlie started coming out going, this is what I always think about. This is my Roman Empire.
Which I am obsessed with. Do
Me
you
too.
feel like your Roman empires change?
All the time.
Mine changed constantly. So if
Yeah.
I really sat here and had to name every single Roman empire,
Yeah.
I couldn't. I physically couldn't.
It would go on and on and on. Like, and I have some Roman
No.
empires that are like kind of serious and some that are just like these random concepts that I keep coming back to. And a lot of it has to do with pop culture.
100%.
I think that the girl Roman empires are better than the Roman Empire in general. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry to the men.
Oh,
Sorry to every war god that partook in the Roman Empire.
history. I'm gonna need you to take a step to the side.
Pop culture is coming through.
Pop culture's gonna continue to have their moment.
We're just kidding. We do respect the Roman Empire and all the empires that
All of
exist.
the empires.
All the empires that exist.
This one's
So,
for you.
Shall
All
we
of the empires.
This goes out to you.
I'm like delirious right now.
too. And we have
Okay.
work tomorrow too, so that's fun. We're going back.
We're going back, but it's literally like 10 days until Thanksgiving break.
So true. Do you have any updates to share since we last spoke, which was not long ago?
Actually, Yeah, your girl fell ill with, I'm assuming, the stomach bug
Mm-hmm.
over the weekend. Like, last episode I was fine. Next thing I know, I was retching, fighting for my life. And so I just like took the weekend to just
That's so funny because we both suddenly just fell ill. Like we were just, I think it was
I
Friday
said,
at
yeah.
school. We were like, I'm not okay.
like checking in with each other, like, how you feeling?
Like,
not good. How are
like if I'm being honest, not good.
not doing good over here.
Not well. Yeah, I had strep throat.
Well,
So
we had
casual.
strep, and I had like the stomach bug.
Yeah.
I was throwing up. She was just strapping it up.
Strapping it up. But I did go get a steroid shot and a Z-Pack, and that really whipped me back into shape very quick. So praise be.
Praise
for that.
be.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I feel like we were just kind of out for the count for the same amount of time. It's almost like
we're
our souls needed to be here.
It's almost like we're in sync.
Are we aligned? I
Wait,
think we might
and
be.
then we also had this moment where we just did so much like positive soul energy giving into the world that both of our husbands got what they wanted, which was to shoot a deer. And that was
cute.
that was thanks to us because of all the good energy we were putting out there.
It is. We're opening our chakras.
Right.
and sending the good energy out.
Yeah. Not because they're skilled with a bow, but because
no, it has zero to do with them.
Because we put the energy.
We let them.
Yes.
We let them have their moment.
Yeah. Y'all are welcome.
What about you? What you been up to?
So I wanted to say that I had the strep, that I was out for the count, but I'm better now. And the only other thing I wanted to mention to you was my journey on reading 3 books at once.
That's a lot.
I know. I've never done that before. We talked about it previously, about how we just can't read multiple books at once. And here's my problem that I'm having with the multiple books at once. It's not that, like, my genres are crossing or my characters are crossing or, like, I'm getting confused. It's that I'm having trouble choosing which one to read and when. Like,
Who
I
to
can't
give your
find
attention to.
Exactly. It's like I have 3 boyfriends.
Like,
and I don't know
who gets my attention right now.
Right. Who needs it? I don't know what they need at what time.
Who are you the most drawn to?
So this is so hard because I'm drawn to all 3 of them for different reasons. They all bring something.
Of course.
They all bring something special to the table.
They all make you feel special in their own way.
It's so true. So I'm reading The Untethered Soul, which is like just literally changing my life. So the thing about that one is I'm taking it slow. So I'm like, and I also want to read it at like when the time is right. Like
when you're called to it.
When I'm called to it. It's like I read it when I was outside and I had a special moment. So the other one that I'm reading is our next book club book, which is Sometimes I Lie, which is so good.
It's so good.
I literally just finished it.
I'm farther behind.
Yes, I'll keep my little trap shot. I'll keep it
You
shot.
better zip your lips.
Zip it for now.
Zip.
But the last thing that I'm reading is the new Hunger Games book, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I'll get into that in a little bit. The English accent's really coming out
stuck.
tonight. I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry, y'all. So that's only the other thing with me. What about you? Any other updates?
Well, reading, I'm just kind of,
oopsie.
Oh, that was dramatic. Reading multiple books at a time is very challenging. Because
Mhm.
I'm reading 2. I'm doing Untethered Soul as well in our book club book.
Mhm.
Book club book?
Yeah, book club book.
That came out so naturally.
I love it.
I usually call it the podcast book. But like book club book can stick too.
Yeah. We're a book club podcast.
We are.
Yeah. We're just multifaceted.
We are multifaceted. And it is hard. I find myself at times trying to digest The Untethered Soul more.
Yes.
But I'm working my way through.
Yeah.
Sometimes I lie. The only other thing that I did yesterday, while I was kind of like under the weather still, I binge watched American Horror Stories, plural. Not too bad.
I want to hear about
Not
it.
too shabby. I will say, episode 1 is called Bestie.
Okay.
Very good. I wasn't a huge fan of the ending of that episode, but the whole plot of that episode was giving very like OG American Horror Story, sinister vibes.
Yes.
Watch that one. If you don't watch
Okay.
any of the other ones, watch that one. Of course, it plays on like Ozempic. There's an episode where it's about a model and
That's
she starts
hilarious.
taking, I can't remember what they call it. It starts with an M. But basically, she goes to great lengths to like be skinny and
Yeah. She takes Mo-Wempic.
Mo-Wempic. But so that's one.
Wait,
They
that's
have-
so interesting. So, okay, the episodes, they don't follow each other. They're
correct.
completely
They're independent. So
independent
like
storylines.
yes. I'm trying to think what the other one was. There was one where Oh, like a play on like a smart, um, help me, like an
Smart.
Alexa.
Oh, like
Only
a smart house device.
she's a Daphne, and in that episode,
Oh, that's cute.
Daphne and of course they're like shut down.
Mm-hmm.
They're on lockdown.
Oh.
Not the C word, but
Yeah.
it's like the C word.
It kind of almost sounds like episodes of like Black Mirror, like kind of this.
Okay, yes.
I'm interested. I'm gonna watch that.
So all of that to say, watch American Horror Stories season 3.
Okay,
Pretty good.
definitely will. Oh,
That's
and
all
then
I
we
got.
both did catch up on The Golden Bachelor.
We did catch up on The Golden Bachelor.
Do you know when the finale comes out? Because I think
It
the
has
next
to be.
it's got to be like maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to go look.
Yeah, it's got it. Oh, it might be.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely. I feel like it's this week coming up.
Yeah.
Because also, do you feel? Did you watch like Bachelor, regular Bachelor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I stopped at like Colton season
Yeah.
like a while ago.
But they had so many episodes. I feel like Golden
It's
Bachelor
short.
is like 6 episodes.
Yes. They
Which I'm
couldn't-
not mad at.
Maybe they couldn't hang. They were tired.
And they can't even hang at the rose ceremonies. It's kind of sad.
These poor ladies.
But I don't think I would hang at the rose ceremonies either. Like, I heard that they're on production all night.
I've heard that too. Like I've heard it would be like 5 a.m. when the rose ceremony would end.
I would be gone night 1.
Reality TV is something to really dive deep into one day, like the ethical relations of reality TV and how productions run. Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people suffer at the hands of reality TV. It's true.
Oh, I agree.
We should dig deep into that
We
one
should.
day. Maybe like a little reality TV conspiracy. I'm down.
I would be so much fun. that
Okay.
People could write into.
Yes.
All right.
Well, we
Speaking
will
of
keep
writing
y'all
in.
yeah, and we'll keep you updated on the Golden Bachelor because we're Team Leslie, right?
Team Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Youthful looking Leslie. She's so beautiful.
She is so beautiful.
Yes. All right. So, Roman empires.
Let's do it.
Shall we get into them?
Let's do it. You
Okay.
want to go first?
Yes. So, a lot of these that I have are versatile. They're a little different. Some are deep, some are funny. People come back to, it's so interesting. So, the first one that I have, and this is me specifically, because this is like probably my deep Roman Empire, because I really sat there and thought, what is something that like I always come back to?
This is you.
This is me. Like
Okay.
this is my one deep one. And
Gotcha.
It's immersing myself into a book series or a show series. This is something
Oh.
I know. This is something that I've always done dating back to like High School Musical. Like when you just become completely obsessed with something
Obsessed. Yes.
and you make it everything that you do kind of incorporate this part of your life into it.
Mhm.
And right now, I'm back into my Hunger Games obsession. And I want to preface
are.
this by saying that it's a healthy obsession because, like, of course, you need to stay within your own reality. You need to focus on what's important in your own life. But I think having something to, like, really care about and invest in has always been, like, my Roman Empire. Like, it's been something that I always come back to doing and
I
think
love
about.
that.
Me too. Like, I was really reflecting. I'm like, what is something that I always do? And it's always, like, I always am searching for something to invest myself into in a healthy way, though. Like, it's like,
That is such a good one. I feel
oh
like
my God.
that's one. I think that resonates with me.
Yeah. I was
Same.
thinking, like, a lot of people probably do that. And my Hunger Games, like, resurgence has brought me back to that
Mhm.
because, I started reading it with my students.
Yes.
I kind of forced them to read it with me, and now they're completely obsessed. So we're in this, like, journey together.
Together. Yep.
And so, like, we'll be watching the movie soon. So then once I started rereading the book with them, I was like, wait a minute. So many things that I thought the Hunger Games was about when I was reading it in high school. Like, I mostly just took it in for, like, the action, and,
Mhm.
like, the dystopian world of it all. But now, rereading it as an adult, and then I've went and rewatched every single movie, you have to rent them on Amazon Prime because they're nowhere to be found now, which sucks.
Of
So I've
course.
spent, like, $20 on the movies.
Was it worth it though?
It was so worth it. There's so many like bigger themes: love, greed, war, power. It's so freaking good. The way I'm obsessed.
I feel like I need to rewatch then.
You do need to rewatch.
Because I watched.
No, Amber, you do. I'm telling you, you do.
See, I never read the books though.
It's okay. You don't have to.
I'm gonna rewatch.
You need to rewatch. It's doing something to me, and it's gonna give you that like feeling of like nostalgia where you feel like invested in
It's the
something.
best feeling.
It really is the best. And now I'm I want to read the book before the new movie comes out, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and it's like a prequel to it's like a villain story
Mhm.
of how President Snow became President Snow because he's like the evil president in all the other movies.
Yes.
And it's like him when he was Katniss's age. So the book, it's so Hunger Games esque. Like, it's just so good. And wait, there's one more thing, and then I'm gonna move on
Yes.
from Hunger Games. But Olivia Rodrigo, you know, she's my girl.
Yes.
She released a song. Have you seen it and heard
Yes.
it? It's so good. It's
so good.
it's
I thought
so-
of you immediately. That's why I knew where you were going with that.
Did you really?
Yes, I
It's
was
so
like-
me. It's so Hunger Games coded. She's just everything, and it's just like bringing me back to like that feeling of being in high school where I was like obsessed and going to the movies. So all of that to say, my Roman Empire is like being attached to like a movie or a series.
Okay. Do you? So I'll just say what mine is.
Okay, what is it?
I am very attached, so I think this is going to be.
So interesting.
This is why I think when you said yours, I'm like, wait, that resonates with me. And then I just checked my notes. I'm like, wait, because literally,
Mhm.
my Roman Empire is like early to mid 2000s TV, reality
Yep.
TV. Girls Next Door, Flavor of Love, Rock of Love,
I'm literally dying because that's on my list too.
but like anything like that,
Yes.
I think about it all the time. Like, what is Daisy doing from Rock of Love?
What are New York and Pumpkin doing?
Oh my! And I knew you were a New York and Pumpkin.
That is
But-
so me.
But I think about that stuff all the time, and I go back and I'll rewatch it sometimes. I'm like, I cannot believe I was watching this as a kid.
No, it's crazy.
But it hits like there's nothing like it anymore.
And it's like there's nothing like that feeling of thinking about how you felt watching those things.
Yep.
Yeah, like
I
I guess
think
the
about it a
whole
lot.
concept of the Roman Empire is like what had made you feel something so deeply in the past that it stuck with you,
yes,
and that is definitely it. Like the early 2000 shows that we used to watch.
that's it.
That's it.
I kind of want to go back and rewatch. Now.
So wait, just like speaking of those shows, I
Mhm.
actually I just felt like I had to come on here and say some New York quotes, some Tiffany Pollard quotes
Let's
because
do
I
it.
had that on here too. So, New York versus Pumpkin on Flavor of Love. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know.
it was quite an iconic moment in history.
It really was. It was so iconic. So, of course, the bye pumpkin, like everything Tiffany Pollard did and said was amazing.
It
So,
was.
I have 4 quotes on here from Tiffany Pollard just because they need to be said. And anyone who feels the same way or feels like Tiffany Pollard is your Roman Empire, you're going to be like,
Yes.
it. First one is pretty much I would tell Jimba that she is a fat cunt. The second one is, do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't. The third one is, I was bored, so I purposefully ruined lunch, and I had fun doing it.
Purposely ruined lunch.
And the fourth one is, good morning, good morning, good morning. Not you. You could choke. She's so iconic.
Do I look like I give a fuck?
Like
Like
I don't.
that? Like sometimes you're just like washing dishes and it pops
And
in
it
your
pops
head.
in your head.
Right.
Yeah. Love her.
That's too good. I'm so glad you included quotes.
Yes.
That is like spot on.
Yeah. Needed to be said.
Needed to be said. All right. What's next? Should we jump into what some of our listeners?
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
You want to go first or me?
Okay, I'll go. Victoria said, A Court of Mist and Fury. Y'all definitely
Mm.
need to read this series. So she's talking about the Akatar series. Which, you know, it kind of all circles back to that first one that me and you just said of
Yes.
like something that sticks with you.
Yep.
So like a series or a show or a book.
Absolutely.
Hers is the Akatar, which I think a lot of people
a
can
lot
relate
of people.
to. It's
I
just not
know.
us.
I just
I'm sorry,
y'all
Victoria.
already know I can't do it. Victoria, I do apologize for that.
I
I just
apologize deeply.
can't. I just really can't.
No, I don't have an interest in reading Akatar, but I
Aka
understand. Aka can't.
Aka can't.
Can't. I love that so much. Akatar, Aka can't.
Aka can't.
But Victoria, we see you and we love you.
We do see you and we do love you.
Yes.
Okay. Jean-Benet Ramsey.
That is my Roman Empire too. See, that's
I
how
know.
it changes so much because that is my Roman
Because
Empire.
who
did it?
who did it?
Who did it?
Who's wrote the note?
Who's
It always goes back to
the note?
Jersey Shore.
It always
too.
goes back to Jersey Shore in the note. Who the fuck killed JonBenet Ramsey? This case
Who
really
did
does
it?
haunt me.
It does.
I've listened to every like true crime podcast about it. I've seen all the
Absolutely.
documentaries. Like I don't know who did
She's
it.
just.
I went down the rabbit hole of the brother for a long time.
Yes.
But like the brother was
think-
so young, I don't know.
I know. I think we all entertain the brother.
I think we did too. My nanny is like gung ho on the intruder, that there was like just an outside person, the guy who played Santa Claus or something, at like a Christmas party that they had went to before. For the longest time, I thought the parents covered it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just.
Who did it?
Who did it?
It's one of those cases that if I've heard this question before, like if you could find out the answer to any case, any true crime case, what would it be? Mine would either be the John Benet Ramsey or the Madeline McCann. She's the little girl that
Oh,
went.
yes.
She disappeared in like where were they? I forget. But they were like a British family, and they were Peru, maybe somewhere like that. But
Yes.
I would need
I know
to
exactly which one you're talking about.
Mhm.
That's also would be a fun episode.
Yeah, it would be true crime, unsolved mysteries. Who killed John Benet
did it?
Ramsey?
Who did it? The question remains open.
The question remains.
Okay.
The next one is Kanye West. So Callie
Oh.
said Kanye West is problematic, but the stuff he says is important and true. I find that really interesting.
I do too.
I don't really have a fully formed opinion on Kanye West. Like if I'm really trying to think about
Mhm.
it, he's so all over the place for me that I find it hard to like keep up with what he says and what he believes.
I do think he's all over the place though because of
Mhm.
like being in
Their family.
Hollywood,
Yeah.
being in that limelight.
I agree. And some of the stuff he says is facts. And then some of the stuff he says is so out of whack
Out
that
of
I'm
whack
like, I
that-
can't get down with it.
Yeah, no. Like some of the stuff he tweets, I'm like,
Relax.
I can't.
Kanye?
No.
Put the phone down.
Yeah, but I will say that I do to an extent feel that.
Yeah, I can see how he could be somebody's Roman Empire. Like he's just like one of those polarizing figures that you just can't figure out.
Not
his
even
music-
a little.
Iconic.
Yes.
So good.
So good.
Okay.
Let's see. Fergie singing the national anthem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
That's just goes without being said. That performance,
Will live on
yeah,
forever.
that performance is something to see.
Something to see. Speaking of, did you see Flava Flav singing the
No,
national anthem? I'll
I
have to
didn't.
send it to you.
That's hilarious. Okay. I got this one a couple times. This
Mhm.
is also one I can 100% subscribe to, and it's Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Obviously.
obviously.
Obviously, Justin Bieber. I am a Justin Bieber freak. Always have been. I was like the girl, just like every other girl on earth, crying at the movie theater, watching My World 2.0. Obsessed with Justin
Obsessed.
Bieber. Nothing will change that for me.
No.
It's who I am to my core.
Yeah, he's an angel.
He's special,
He's special.
and
He's got it.
There's nothing anyone can ever tell me that would take away my love for Justin Bieber.
And if he only knew.
If he only
If
knew.
he only knew the army of ladies from Chalmette
No, literally.
that he had behind
way-
him,
The way that there's an army in Chalmette of women who would kill for him.
that would kill
Kill for
for
him.
Justin Bieber.
And I have to say something. I'm just going to say it.
because it had to be
It
said.
had to be said. Like, I am Team Haley over Team Selena. I am.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
That has changed for me, like, recently, because I used to be like, oh, Team Selena, Team Selena. But lately, I don't know. Selena Gomez has just been giving me a vibe that I can't really subscribe to. I don't know what it is, but it's throwing me off.
I also think like some time has passed. I mean, they've been
So much
married
time has
for what,
passed.
3 years?
Yes.
Might even be more than that. I think they're doing their little thing.
It's so true. And they're probably like, stop it. Like,
I also
leave us
think
alone.
Leave us alone. I also think Selena's moved on.
I think so,
Bye.
too. She's probably like, leave me out of this Justin narrative.
But I like Hailey Bieber or
Mhm.
by herself.
Yeah, it's
Like
Haley
as her
Baldwin.
own entity.
Yeah.
I like her.
Me too. I think that's why I'm Team Haley. Like, I just
I like
really.
her vibe.
Me too. I like her energy. She's soft spoken. She's fabulous.
Yeah, she's
she's
just, like,
classy.
She's soft. She's got like that soft girl.
She kind of reminds
aesthetic.
me of like Victoria Beckham or like Princess Diana. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Just
you
like
would
she's
group
got
her
that.
with them. Yeah,
That soft aesthetic.
that's soft. I want to be soft. I want a soft aesthetic.
Me too. Well, you did buy her lip gloss.
I did,
And you like it, right?
honestly, I stan.
Really?
I do like it a lot.
Well, I love Haley.
So
Justin Bieber for fucking life, literally.
Justin Bieber for fucking life. Okay, next one. Romanticizing everything, like washing the dishes, making a meal, making watching TV a whole vibe by lighting candles.
Yes. So important.
Honestly, agree.
100% agree.
It lives in my brain too.
And I constantly find myself trying to do that.
Yes, because if you don't make it a vibe, then
Then it's just
it's
miserable.
just another mundane thing we do.
Yeah, exactly. I try to make everything a vibe as best as I can.
Yes.
That's why I find myself like obsessively cleaning when I get home because I really just want it to be a vibe.
a vibe. And then when you wake up in the morning,
Mhm.
it's even a bigger vibe when you wake up and it's like your
Fresh.
kitchen's clean. Fresh.
Fresh house.
Everything's fresh.
Like your clothes are maybe laid out, your kitchen's clean, it's ready to go.
Lay your clothes out the night
Yes.
before.
It's so important.
It's so important. It saves you so much time.
It really does, and it's so nice to wake up to that and not have to do it.
and not have to do it. It feels like you already have like accomplished something in the morning.
Yes, it's so true. And especially with the holidays coming around, I really want to cultivate a vibe in my house. It's so important.
Cultivating vibes. That's all we're doing.
That's all we're doing here. We're just cultivating a vibe. A vibe.
Fucking
A
vibe.
vibe.
Okay.
Like, I saw at Sam's they have these like skinny fake Christmas trees for like $150. I will be getting one because I've been doing
Can
real
you send
trees.
the link?
Yes.
Oh, you're a real tree girly?
Well, we have been the last couple
Yeah.
years, and I'm kind of over it.
I'm a faux tree.
You were faux tree.
A faux tree. We've
Mm.
had the same faux tree probably since I moved into my house.
Okay, I want to do that too.
So I guess it's been like going on 5 years,
Mhm.
and it's still in beautiful shape,
Perfect condition.
perfect condition. It's got like the little cranberries.
I love that.
It's not flocked, but like there's some light
I love that. And
flocked
it just goes right
areas.
into the box when you're done.
into. We got one of those little zippy bags.
Yeah.
Get the little tree bag, put it in the attic, and it's so easy.
I'm ready to move on to that part of my life because the real trees are beautiful, but there's so much work. They're so expensive, and then they just get burned to the ground when you're done.
Burn to the ground.
So why not just be resourceful?
I could go on and on about, and I know we talked about this in our last episode, but how I'm feeling about the holidays this year, top tier.
Me too.
Top tier. Also, just like the decor I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a podcast episode worthy, but like maybe I'll take it to the gram. Maybe I'll take it to the TikTok. I don't know. Somewhere. But I get it now. I'm like, I'd want to say it somewhere.
Yeah, it needs to be said. I think you should take it to the gram,
Maybe I'll take it
And-
to the gram.
and we'll do a special, maybe like holiday episode. That would be perfect.
Now stop
Yeah.
it.
That is the idea.
Now,
Maybe we can even find like a spooky thriller Christmas book. Like,
I bet you Frida bitch has got something.
oh, you know she does. It's probably called The Christmas Tree or something like that.
The Christmas Killer. I don't know.
Yeah, like The Christmas Carol, because you know all of her books sound just like that.
The Christmas Carol, and Carol is the main character.
100%.
But throughout the whole book, she just goes by Cece.
So true. And then there's a twist at the end that like
It's not Christmas at all.
no, it's actually Thanksgiving. That's definitely a Frida book. For
You
sure.
think you know, but you don't.
By the end of your book, her book, you're like, what?
Frida.
Okay. So this next one always, just like you had mentioned before, like comes back to Jersey Shore. Like that's just what it is. So Jersey Shore, but specifically the note. Like who wrote the note?
I think we say that
every episode.
every episode.
So-
Who's wrote the note?
Who's wrote the note? So I also took down the note because I felt like it had to be read. So here's the note.
Thank you. Can you please read it though?
Here we go.
In your best Jersey accent.
Sam. Sam. The first night at bed when you left, Ron made out with two girls and put his head between a cocktail waitress's breast. Also was grinding with multiple fat women. When you left crying at Clutch, Ron was holding hands and dancing with a female and took down her number. Multiple people in the house know, therefore you should know the truth.
Who's wrote the note?
Why did they have to say multiple fat women?
Yeah, like come on.
Come on.
Just
So
say
we're body positive.
right.
Just say women.
Ron.
Ron,
Ron.
how dare you? I'll never look at your face again. Never.
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 Goodbye.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm obsessed. I really need to do a Jersey Shore rewatch. Really need to do that.
We did it during the vid.
Did
During
you?
COVID,
You
yeah.
did. You did. Was
Me,
it like?
Brooke, Millie?
Oh, I bet
we
it stood
rewatched.
the test of time.
It does. It honestly gets better every time you watch
Right,
it.
because we're older. I mean, we were watching that when I was in like middle school. Like,
Yeah, like I think I was a freshman when it came out.
yeah, definitely. I think I was 8th grade. So
Because
that
it was
would
like
make sense.
2009.
Mhm.
Yeah.
T-shirt time, like it was all the craze.
T-shirt time.
I know that this is everyone's Roman Empire. Like it just is.
If you,
If
it
you-
100% is if you were,
Mm-hmm.
if you're our age, it's your Roman Empire.
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
quote it all the time.
Yeah, come back to it.
Wait, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. The when you said you
Everything
quoted
comes
all
back
the time.
to SpongeBob.
When you said
too.
quoted all the time, I'm like definitely SpongeBob.
I love me some SpongeBob.
I love SpongeBob and I love Jersey Shore.
I love SpongeBob and I love Jersey Shore.
Okay, you got another?
Yes. Helen Keller. I
Yes.
think about her at least 3 times a week. Not me, the listener that wrote in.
Mhm.
She definitely wasn't blind and deaf.
You know
Like-
what? There's something to that. What the
she
hell?
thinks that this was like a
conspiracy?
conspiracy.
Or like it was an industry plant?
like, how did she write a book? How'd she
Right. How did she know anything? How was she not just like in fear
How?
every second of every day because she had not a single sensory
she could feel
she could feel?
and smell?
How does she know what she's feeling or smelling? How does she know?
So I actually saw a TikTok video on this.
Mhm.
And something about like the vibrations of people that were walking to her. She
Mhm.
could tell who someone was based on their footsteps, and she would like hold and touch their hands.
So crazy. But like,
But how do you write
how do you write a book?
a book?
How?
And I'm not trying to be silly, and I'm not trying to
No,
be
we
dumb.
respect Helen Keller,
Right.
but I do have questions. It does make
Helen,
me a little confused. What is
just a
the
little
truth?
bit. What is the truth?
Yeah, I'm gonna do more research into Helen Keller now. Like, I'm feeling intrigued. I'm gonna do some research.
You're gonna fall down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
yours?
Next is the Titanic.
Don't
Get
get me started on the Titanic.
I feel this one so hard. One, just the movie, The Titanic, with
Leonardo.
Leonardo DiCaprio. That movie is everything. I remember watching it so much growing up. But also just the Titanic in general I find so interesting. So I could totally see how this is someone's Roman Empire. There's so much to it.
Sometimes it's hard to believe that
Yeah,
things like that were real.
I know.
Real.
It's crazy.
In 1912?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
so.
right?
Yeah. History buffs, we know.
History.
No, I think that things like that are so hard to believe
Like,
is
how
real.
is that actually happening?
I don't know. And there's so, like, I think the Titanic is so interesting because there's so many different lives that were on that boat.
Yes.
That every single person on that boat who passed away, like,
Ugh.
had a life. And, like, they all had, like, a purpose for being on the boat. Like, that's just so crazy. And they just were never fulfilled. So interesting.
I'm like hardcore and thought about it.
Yeah.
I always go back to the scene where it like splits in half,
Mm-hmm.
but the musicians are still playing.
Heartbreaking.
I cry every single time.
Every single time I watch that movie, I also cry. It's so
sad.
It's so sad.
But you know what's crazy is like how dark it actually was.
I was about to say that.
It's when all the lights on the boat went out in real life, how dark it was and how cold.
So scary. I just recently actually saw a TikTok, of course, but it was like the movie actually didn't even really portray how scary that moment must have been because it was completely pitch dark and you're just
Pitch
in
dark.
the ocean,
The big ass ocean.
freezing cold.
What's underneath?
No
You
idea.
don't know.
You
Like
don't.
you think I don't know. Like I always am like shark.
Of course. I'm in the pool and I'm like, there's a shark in here.
There's a shark.
For sure, there's a shark in here.
And
No.
like you're just in the ocean.
In the pitch black, freezing cold.
Pitch.
Probably have you lost all your family, you lost your people who you came
It's
with.
awful.
Ew. We should move on.
I
that
don't
one,
like it.
That one hurts.
I don't like it,
I don't like
and I'm
it.
uncomfortable.
I hate it. You have another one?
Yeah. My Roman Empire is that in general, medicine, even though it has saved billions of lives, at the end of the day is designed to kill or damage human organs, which causes an inevitable cycle of dependency on more and more drugs to compensate. I think about it daily. How much of that is avoidable and how much of that is intended by big pharma and the government?
That's
What?
That one is so deep. One part that just stuck with me, I was thinking about ibuprofen because I'm like an ibuprofen taker. I'll pop 4. As soon as I feel a headache coming on, like I will pop an ibuprofen. And the other day, Matt like kind of stopped me. He was like, "You should really stop taking that so much." And I was like, "Why? I got a headache."
Right.
But like he is kind of right. He's like, "It's bad for your liver. It's bad for this. It's bad for that." Like he was
Doesn't
like,
it
"I'm
thin
looking."
your blood too?
Yes, he's like, "I've looked into it. It's really not good for you. You keep taking it. You might as well just have the headache.
I'm like that with Midol.
You just pop it."
Oh, if
All
I'm
the
like,
time.
oh, cramps, Midol.
Me too. And I think just like this person said, we're so accustomed to it
Yeah,
that it's just like what
it's
we
normal,
do. And then,
yeah.
like over time, that's just how the world of medicine became, and that's just what
It's
health
kind of
is.
scary.
It is scary. Like
Because if you think about it, like if we aren't sick,
mhm,
how do they make money
exactly. Well, that's like healthcare system
in general?
in general, or how people say that like there's definitely a cure for cancer, but we'll never know because
We'll never know.
It's a money grab. That makes me sick.
Sick. I also feel that way about a few other things.
Yeah, so many other things.
Yeah.
Wait, there is one more Roman Empire that I just thought off the top of my head because this conversation is making me think of it. But
Mhm.
it's about how much money we would have or we would be able to save, like as a country, or be able to put towards things like world hunger if
Mm-hmm.
we just like stopped production of big movies or like Hollywood for like a year. Because think about like the hundreds of millions of billions of dollars that goes
Into that industry.
the industry. So say we just didn't produce movies for a while, for a year, like how much money we would have. Like why
That's a thought that never once popped into my head
yeah,
until this moment.
I think about it a lot.
Wow.
I know.
Wait,
And
that is something to think about.
and why if the cost of living now we're just
Here
getting
we
deep.
go.
But why if the cost of living is so much, why aren't our salaries going up? What the hell?
No, that's a serious problem.
It really is so bad. Why? If inflation is this crazy,
It's this horrible.
why are my still
Everything stays the same. Like the world is changing. If the world is changing, we need to adapt and we need to be,
Yeah.
everyone needs to be compensated fairly.
Thank you. We need to be a equal part of this economy.
100p. Hundo P.
Hundo P. And that's just a little bit from us.
And it had to be said.
It does.
So
Oh.
hopefully this makes it to the right people.
Yeah, hopefully this makes it to the government.
Ah.
That's another thing. Who is the government? Like, where does it exist?
Where?
Where is it?
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's
Maybe.
you.
Maybe.
Just kidding.
So Roman empires has turned into conspiracy.
Yeah, somehow we've ended up here.
I have, I think, 2 more.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was all of mine.
Okay, so Pages of Books, one of our
Our
And
girl.
one of our fave book accounts. She just said death is her Roman Empire.
Oh,
Death. She just thinks she must just always think about it. Is this something you think about a lot?
no.
Me either.
No.
I think if I was ever to think about it, I quickly stop myself.
Yeah, I think if I let myself, I think I could spiral to a dark place.
Yeah.
Like I would be so anxious, so worried, so
Yeah.
and I can't let myself get there like you said.
I agree. Yeah, it's one of those things that if I find myself like thinking about the concept, I'll just change my thoughts
100%. Yep.
as best as I can.
Yes.
But I can totally see this being a Roman Empire. I think a lot of people think about it a lot.
I think that's a common one.
Okay, Angela said hers just was so interesting to me.
Okay.
She said, I think I know what my Roman Empire is. It's definitely been with me for a long time, since middle school, maybe earlier. Mentally reorganizing and or redecorating a space. In any space, especially one where my mind doesn't settle quickly, I love to think about how I would rearrange the furniture and decorate the space. I imagine moving walls, this furniture or new furniture, give it a mental redesign that makes my mind feel settled. Sometimes I'll even do it on paper, and sometimes when I want to escape and I go to this place, oh, I'm sorry, I messed it up. I'll select a home. I usually have 5 to 6 that I imagine, and I go to work in my head, moving, changing, and envisioning the new space. I especially do this when I'm trying to fall asleep. It's my version of counting sheep. Even taught my daughter how to do it when she can't sleep.
That is so Angela.
It really is.
100%. Also, like, take a shot every time I say 100%. I guarantee you it was 6 times in this episode.
100%.
100%.
It's
There's
just who we
7.
are.
But she is so good at that. She's also like a human like measuring tape.
Really, that's
Like
such a skill.
She could look at, I don't know, like this shelf right here and be like, that is 52 inches by 45. I don't know.
Bob the Builder.
But the way
That's so
that her
crazy.
brain works, it really is incredible.
Some people's
Nothing,
brains-
I've never met anyone else that
That's
can
crazy.
do what she does. Yes.
Some people's brains really do work that way, or in such a creative way. Like I think about Skylar too, one of our friends,
Yes.
who just like can see a space and envision something and like bring it to life.
Yep.
But I find that so interesting that she kind of like does that in her head, because I think a lot of people will relate to that. Maybe not with like redesigning spaces,
Mhm.
but definitely when I'm falling asleep, I'll try to like, I'm sure a lot of people do this, but I create scenarios in my head,
Yeah.
nice ones that help me fall asleep.
Like a little dreamland.
Yeah, like a little dreamland. I'll just like have conversations, or something that I used to do a lot too would be like makeup dances in my head. Did you do that too?
Yes, I did that a lot in high school.
Make up like 8 counts.
8 counts.
Yeah, I guess from being in cheer and
Some of
dance,
the
that's
best
something
8
that we
counts
did.
come to you in your sleep
Yeah,
and
it's
in the
so true.
shower.
Yes, yes. So
It's
this
so
one was
true.
really interesting. That I'm sure a lot of people do something similar, like kind of like when you need to escape, you just imagine something.
That's such a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Such a good one.
There's one more that I was just thinking about, and that was, I guess it kind of comes back to when you're like invested in something. But do you remember when we were so invested in Squid Games?
So invested that we did our own.
Oh
What
yeah,
was the game that? I mean, it wasn't a game. Oh, social currency.
social currency. Yeah, because
And it was like on the honor system.
yeah.
So basically, like if you didn't stop at a stop sign, it was like
Mm-hmm.
you deducted.
Yeah, we kept it in
Your
our
currency.
notes because
Yep.
that's kind of like what they did in Squid Games.
Yep.
So whenever something like big like that comes out and everybody's talking about it or everybody likes it, it's just so special.
It is special. It definitely brought us together.
It definitely did. And I think they're coming out with a season 2 of Squid Game, so
Well,
we will be
maybe
watching.
we'll bring it back
Yes.
for season 2.
Okay, I think that was everybody's
think-
Roman
yeah.
empires.
That was a fun one.
so much fun.
Before we go,
Hmm.
I do want to put it out there that we are reading Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. That is our next book. That's what's next on the shelf. So make sure you're reading along with us.
Yeah, I'm
Stay
reading
up to
it.
date.
I just finished it. It's so good. Y'all need to read it. It's going to make
I'm
for
so excited.
really, really good conversations because there's things that I really enjoyed and things that I still have some thoughts on. So without saying much, y'all need to read this one. It's the perfect podcast book club book.
Oh, I'm so excited
Yes.
to finish the book.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Open Books Podcast, and we will be posting a link to go and purchase your drink root because it's worth it.
Get your drinks.
Get your drink root. All right, bye, y'all. We'll talk to y'all in the
Bye.
next one.